Hello citizens of Tokusatsu Central, I'm Jared Rand, and today we are going to be doing the review of the DX Evol driver. This is the final belt for the Kamen Rider build series and is used by ya boy Kamen Rider Evol, who is actually Bloodstark. Semi-spoilers for the series if you're not keeping up with it, which I currently am not. Gonna take me a while. But this has kind of been a trend with the Kamen Rider belts recently, where the final villain gets his own belt. Instead of him just being a kaijin, we actually get a final belt for the Kamen Rider series villain. Last year we had that with Kamen Rider Kronos and his Buggle driver Zwei, and this year we have the Evol driver, which is a retooling of the Build driver, sort of similar to how last year it was a retooling of the Bug visor. So, that's basically all I have to say about this. This is the form that Evol gained, or Bloodstark gained, after he stole the Evol driver from the characters in the series. So, let's get right into it with the full bottles. So, here we have the two Evol bottles included in the set. We have Cobra and Rider System. Now, as you can see, they are very different from your standard full bottle. You know, for example, we'll take Rabbit. As you can see, very, very different from the standard stuff we usually see. Now, while this is, you know, the standard stuff that we usually see from the build line, it's got the transparent or translucent sort of casing right here with a symbol for the actual rabbit or animal / item in the middle. And then on the top cap, you have the combination of which this best match will be. These are a little bit different of bottles. These are actually more of canisters, if anything. So, Cobra here, as you can see based off of the Cobra bottle, this time it's a little bit of a different setup. Bringing a little bit closer to the camera, as you can see, the Cobra bottle is done up mostly in black and maroon, which is technically some of the color scheme of Evol, even though it's mostly blue and gold. Cobra form is meant to be mostly maroon, like Bloodstark. So as you can see, the logo right there is, of course, the logo for Bloodstark, as you can see. And then on the bottom, you have a opening and closing mouth as a Cobra. And then on the top, you have Evol's logo right there, as you can see, and of course it does spin around. Same thing for the Rider System bottle, that also spins around as well. But the thing is about these, of course, being mostly done, they're kind of canisters. They don't have a shaking gimmick like something like Rabbit would. These don't have shaking gimmicks, but they are kind of remedied when you push these up. You do kind of hear shaking noises, but that's really only the pins at the bottom making noises. Onto the Rider System bottle. This one is actually a bottle we've never gotten before. This is technically the Kamen Rider full bottle and the Build driver, but as you can see, there is the Build logo right there, along with a piston right here, as you can see, and standard spinning cap stuff at the top. So we might as well just take a look at what these two do in the Build driver. So bringing out the Build driver to figure out what the two Evol bottle noises are. So you get Cobra, and this is now apparently the Kamen Rider full bottle. So, yeah. Apparently, that's all I got for this. Let's move on to the actual Evol driver. So here we have the actual Evol driver itself, and before we get into the belt, I'm just going to show off the belt straps, which are basically the same design as the Build driver, as you can see, but colored a little bit differently. All of the black replaced with red / maroon, and all of the yellow being replaced with gold. So standard stuff, really, when it comes to a Kamen Rider belt. But when compared to the Build driver, and I'm going to have to zoom out on this, as you can see, they are almost different in a way. The Build driver, as you can see, the handle is different and changed up as well. The front is changed. In the new version, there is this new dial as well. Extra pieces added on. Most of the maroon, or the black on the original is replaced with maroon, and the red being replaced with blue. All of the gold being replaced with silver as well. So that's basically the setup for how this is changed up. So otherwise, they're narrowly the exact same toy. But they do function very differently. As you can see, all around the toy, starting at the front, you have... suck at focusing with this new camera. As you can see, it's a more chunky handle. I like this a lot more than the other handle for the build driver. As you can see, it's a lot chunkier. You can really feel it there. As you can see, blue all over the toy. These new chunkier bits added in as well, with a very nice Bandai gold, bit of red right there, and the standard stuff for the cartridges and the place to put the full bottles. On the top, you got your speaker right there, and the slot for the black hole trigger, which I unfortunately do not have yet, and will probably end up getting it later. So let's turn this guy on. I believe it takes about three AAA batteries to power this guy. I am sweating like hell because this is my first time using the camera, so I might as well just do it right now and show off the noise. As you can see, it's a silver light this time. So, without further ado, let's do the henshin. And yes, that is Bloodstark's voice actor doing the noises for this toy, which I find honestly kind of cool. So, just spin the lever as usual, and we henshin. So, as you heard, it chanted Cobra over and over again. At the end, you had a evil laugh, which is obviously pushed out and definitely doesn't sound natural at all. But, of course, as you heard, that's basically going to be the standard chanting noise for the Evol driver, once more noises come along in the belt. So, let's just do the finishing attack. So you got Evol Tech Finish, and then you actually got Bloodstark / Evol's standard catchphrase, Ciao, which I kind of find to be a really interesting inclusion with this toy, because, as you know, Ciao being his main catchphrase, that actually adds a lot to the belt, a lot more characteristics, and honestly makes it feel a lot more interesting of a belt. Now, in the series, there are 2 more Evol bottles. Technically 3, but the third one is only a repaint. There are 2 more Evol bottles, the Evol Dragon and Evol Rabbit form bottles, as you heard before. Basically, they allow him to change into his 2 other forms, Kamen Rider Evol Dragon form and Kamen Rider Evol Rabbit form. And they basically are accessed whenever Evol possesses your boy Sento or Ryuga. But technically now, after he's possessed them, it's weird how it works. But basically, they have the same pin combinations as the regular Rabbit and Dragon full bottles, so I'm just going to be using the full bottles instead of their Evol bottles. So we might as well take this out and start off with Dragon. as you heard, it chanted dragon over and over again. You could actually hear dragon noises in the background. Unfortunately, because cobras and rabbits don't make noises, you don't... Well, technically cobras do make noises, but rabbits don't make noises, so you kind of are left with blank stock noises in the background of rabbit and cobras. You don't get a hissing noise in the back of cobra for whatever reason, but that's fine by me, I guess. And the Evol tech finish is exactly the same for both forms, so we might as well just move on to rabbit. Now, I don't know if this is in the other forms, I just heard this now, but you could actually kind of hear a deeper chanting of Evol Rabbit in the background, making it sound a lot more demonic, and honestly, makes it sound a lot cooler. But, of course, these two bottles are not included in the set. The Dragon and Rabbit full bottles are sold separately. If you want to check out my review for the Dragon full bottle, you can check it out in my Cross series. And then if you want the Rabbit full bottle, then you have to buy the Build Driver. So, yeah, we might as well just move on to my final thoughts on this toy. So overall, on its own, I think the Evol Driver is just an okay toy. On its own. Notice how I say on its own. This is only the first of 2 videos that I'm going to be recording for the Evol Driver. But on its own, with just these two Evol bottles, the toy is just okay, with some interesting lights and sounds, and overall a pretty fun noise gimmick. Honestly, on its own, I don't think this toy is worth about $150. But, as you know, this toy doesn't just have the noises for Cobra, Rabbit, and Dragon. This also has noises for virtually every other full bottle in the Kamen Rider Build toy line, and brand new noises for them entirely once they're placed into the belt. So we're going to be taking a look at that in the next video, but on its own, I don't think the Evol Driver is worth it as just a standalone toy. I think you'd be better off getting something else like the Trans Steam Gun, but on its own, this toy is just okay. It's not for somebody who's looking to just buy one toy and then be done with it, but somebody who is a big and large fan of the Kamen Rider Build series and has been collecting the toys up to this point, I think you're going to get a kick out of this one. Just wait for the next review, I fucking swear. So thank you guys for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video that much, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment if you want to ask any questions about the actual toy. Of course, check out my Instagram, ran.jared, and check out my other YouTube channel, Jared the Collector New. And I will see my fellow citizens of Tokusatsu Central next time when I review this whole thing again, once we go over the overview of all of the noises in the Evol Driver with the other full bottles.